What happens when nature decides to break its own rules? When the boundaries between species blur and the laws of biology are torn apart? History, myth, and even science are littered with whispers of impossible creatures, beings born from forbidden unions, freak mutations, or humanity's reckless experiments. They are not just animals, not just legends. They are hybrids, a collision of forms, instincts, and worlds. Some were said to stalk the earth in ancient times, striking fear into those unlucky enough to see them. Others are products of modern nightmares, forged in laboratories or awoken by human folly. From three-headed terrors to half-divine predators, these creatures live in that strange space between fact and fiction, myth and mutation. And while you may tell yourself they can't exist, nature has a way of proving us wrong. These are 5 hybrid monsters so strange they could be real. Chimera, 3 heads, 3 instincts, 1 terror. In the rugged mountains of ancient Lycia, shepherds told stories of a beast no man could face alone. The Chimera was no ordinary predator. It was a nightmare stitched together from 3 creatures, each with its own hunger. At the front, the head of a lion, its golden eyes burning with predatory rage. From its back rose the head of a goat, cold and unblinking, whispering a different kind of malice. And at the tail, the head of a serpent, coiled and ready to strike with venomous precision. This unnatural fusion defied the order of nature. 3 sets of instincts, 3 ways to kill, yet all driven by a single will to destroy. Ancient Greek legends claim it breathed fire, scorching the earth and reducing entire herds to ash. But the most unsettling thing wasn't its power. It was the feeling that such a thing should not exist. Was it a punishment from the gods, a warning, or proof that nature's boundaries could be twisted beyond recognition? Some say the Chimera was slain by the hero Bellerophon, riding the winged horse Pegasus. But myths have a way of hiding uncomfortable truths. A creature like this, born of impossible fusion, could vanish into shadow, only to emerge again when the right horrors align. In the wild tapestry of hybrids, undoubtedly, the Chimera stands as the ultimate terror. 1 body, 3 predators, no mercy. Hipprogriff, symbol of wild nobility, born of an impossible crossbreeding. In the old songs of medieval Europe, there's a creature said to be born from a union that should have been impossible. The Hipprogriff, half horse, half eagle, was the offspring of a stallion and a griffin. By every law of nature and legend, this could never happen. Horses and griffins were sworn enemies, locked in a predator-prey cycle for eternity. And yet, the Hippogriff existed, at least in the tales told by poets and wandering knights. Its front half was all power and majesty, golden feathers, razor talons, a hooked beak sharper than any sword. Its hindquarters were pure muscle and speed, the body of a stallion able to run like the wind. Together they created a creature with unmatched grace in the air and on land. Legends say the Hippogriff could only be tamed by those of pure heart. To ride one was to cross into a realm of honor and danger few dared enter. In some stories, they served as messengers between worlds, carrying riders across realms and realities. In others, they were harbingers of omens, appearing before great wars or moments of divine judgment. But here's the question that lingers. Were they simply fantasy, or could they have been the result of a real, unknown mutation? After all, nature has surprised us before. And if such a creature could truly be born, what darker hybrids might also be possible? Minotaur, monster born of forbidden desire and imprisoned for eternity. Deep beneath the palace of King Minos, in the twisting darkness of a labyrinth, lived a creature that should never have drawn breath. The Minotaur, half man, half bull, was not born of love, but of a curse. According to Greek legend, Queen Pasiphae, wife of Minos, fell victim to a divine punishment. Struck by an unnatural obsession for a sacred bull, she bore a child whose body was human, but whose head and instincts belonged to a beast. From birth, the Minotaur was a problem no one could solve. Too strong to kill without angering the gods, too dangerous to live freely among humans. So Minos ordered a labyrinth to be built, an endless maze designed to trap the monster forever. The Minotaur lived there in perpetual hunger, feeding on those who were sacrificed to it each year. Some say it was mindless, nothing more than an animal. Others believed it was cursed with a human mind, fully aware of its imprisonment and the horror of its existence. It stood as a living reminder of what happens when the boundaries of nature and morality are broken, and while the hero Theseus eventually slew it, the idea of the Minotaur still haunts us, a hybrid that was never meant to be, yet could be reborn if human ambition and desire overstep again. But guess what? Not all hybrids are bound to the earth. Some belong to the shadows of the sky, like the next horrifying one on the list. Camazotz, half-man, half-bat beast god, guardian of the Mayan underworld. In the ancient jungles of Central America, the Maya told of a nightmarish figure that ruled over the darkness. Camazotz, his name meaning death bat, was no ordinary spirit. He was a hybrid, a fusion of man and bat, standing taller than any warrior, his leathery wings blotting out the moonlight. Legends place him in the deepest part of the underworld, Xibalba, where he guarded the passage between life and death. His face was long and fanged, his ears pointed, his eyes reflecting the glow of the fire pits he haunted. He wielded obsidian blades and could decapitate a man with a single strike. To the Maya, Camazotz was both a god and a warning, embodying the diseases, fears, and dangers that thrived in the night. Priests claimed he could slip between worlds, carrying messages from the underworld or snatching away souls who dared to wander too far from the safety of the fire. Some dismiss him as pure myth, inspired by the giant vampire bats that once roamed the region, but others suggest Camazotz might have roots in something far stranger, a mutation or species lost to time, its memory preserved in fear and ritual. Even now, deep caves in Central America hold bat species with wingspans that defy belief. So what if Camazotz was not an invention, but a warning of a predator that once hunted humanity? But if he ruled the night, imagine a hybrid born from mankind's own science, capable of leveling cities. That creature has a name the whole world knows. Can you guess? Godzilla, atomic monster, fusion of myth and science. It began, not in the ancient past, but in the blinding flash of a nuclear test. Out of the ocean's depths rose something that should have remained buried forever: Godzilla. Not a myth carried by fading storytellers, but a modern monster, born from mankind's own arrogance. Its body was a fusion of prehistoric power and radioactive mutation, towering scales, jagged spines, a reptilian head filled with rows of dagger teeth, and a roar that seemed to shake the air itself. Some called it a mutated dinosaur. Others saw it as the physical embodiment of nature's revenge, a hybrid of legend and nightmare, awakened by the touch of human science gone wrong. The idea was born in Japan in 1954, when filmmakers drew on the horror of nuclear devastation after Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and the Lucky Dragon No. 5 incident, where fishermen were poisoned by fallout from U.S. hydrogen bomb tests in the Pacific. In the story, Godzilla is an ancient sea creature, dormant for millennia in the ocean's depths. Though fictional, Godzilla embodies real scientific fears. Radiation can cause mutations, though not instant monsters, it can drive unpredictable evolutionary changes. Deep ocean exploration has revealed creatures with bizarre adaptations, many unknown until recently. Combine that with humanity's nuclear experiments, and the leap from fiction to possibility feels disturbingly small. Godzilla also draws from older kaiju myths and even the Komodo dragon, blending cultural memory of giant beasts with the science of nuclear mutation. Across decades of films, the creature has shifted between destroyer, savior, and force of nature, always a reminder that we can't control the consequences of our actions. And perhaps the most terrifying part is knowing it wouldn't need to look exactly like the creature on screen to destroy us. There you have it, all hybrids born from the cracks between reality and nightmare. We like to think the world is neatly ordered, its secrets exposed. But these stories tell us otherwise. They tell us that some boundaries are meant to hold, and when they're broken, something unnatural steps through. Were these creatures born from myth, madness, or truth we refuse to face? That's for you to decide. So tell us, which of them shocked you the most? Let us in the comments. Plus, hit the bell, subscribe, and share this video, because the next legend we reveal may be far more real than you're ready for.